What we're dealing with here is a total lack of respect for the law.
Hello, YouTube. Greetings. Hello.
Hello, YouTube.
Something on the lens?
What you gonna do now?
Hello, YouTube, and welcome to YouTube video numero dos. Now, unless you're one of my 26 subscribers, you probably do not know that I'm on a mission to build up my 2007 Mustang GT here to put down at least 700 wheel horsepower. And I know that's not a ton of horsepower these days, but it's a pretty lofty goal for this car because this engine can't handle really anywhere near that power reliably on stock internals. So what I've done is broken up all the upgrades required to breach 700 horsepower into stages. And at this point, stage 1's already been completed, so if you're interested in knowing what's been done to the car up until this point, check out this video over there. Otherwise, stay here and we'll get to the exhaust footage shortly. Also, I have a Google Sheet that has everything I've done and that I'm gonna do per build. So if you're someone who's interested in knowing, what's gonna be done, how much it costs, you can check that out. There's a link in the description below. So I've just begun getting parts installed for stage 2, and the very first thing I've had done is get the Kooks Longtube headers with high flow cats and an X pipe installed, in addition to getting the one-piece aluminum drive shaft put in as well. It just makes a lot of sense to do it when they do the headers, because when they got the pipes ripped out, it's a lot easier to get the drive shaft in there and hook it up. Also, the stock drive shaft is terrible. It's rusty, it has an extra joint in it, it's really heavy, everything about it just sucks. Now, what I've done for this video is basically record my car doing cold starts, full-blown acceleration, doing donuts in, outside of the cabin, both before and after I got this exhaust setup put on. So before, I just had the pipes, pipe bomb, axle back, and now, of course, I have the long tube headers, the high flow cats, and the X pipe. Once we go through the footage, I'll just let it play, we'll jump in the car, and then we'll talk about performance. What's the butt dyno saying? Does it feel like I got some extra juice down there, or am I just now obnoxiously loud? Anyway, with all that said, we will jump into the footage and I'll shut up. say that's enough tomfoolery for one day. I think we can both agree that there is a very noticeable difference between having an axleback and a full-blown exhaust system. So let's talk about performance. Now, I don't know if it's because I had the drive shaft installed in addition to the headers and all that, but I am noticing a very large increase in power. I mean, yeah, it's not like I got boost or anything, but to me, the butt dyno is saying, hey, this is undeniably faster. Let's head on back down the hill. I'm back here in my favorite spot, Virginia City. So the car is no doubt faster. I'm not going to put it back on the dyno until I complete stage 2, but I feel like I finally have a fast car now. Before, I've been a little bit shy about it, and I still know it's not going to keep up with a stock Camaro SS or whatever, but look, I don't care. It feels fast to me, and it's super fun to drive. In terms of how I feel about the sound, let me put it this way. You remember when you got your license or maybe your permit, and you were finally legally allowed to drive? Because we know we always took the car out before we were supposed to. But once you were legally allowed to drive, you were game for anybody who needed a ride anywhere. Your parents, your friends, any excuse you could come up with to get your butt in the car and drive around, you were all about it. And it's not like I didn't enjoy driving my car before this. It's just now with this sound, I'm that 16-year-old kid again who's conjuring up excuses to get his butt in his car. I love the performance increase. I have nothing bad to say about anything about it. And it's no wonder I'm seeing such an increase, or I'm feeling such an increase in performance, because look at these stock parts. Yep, that thing that's the size of a Subway sandwich, that rusty iron thing, that's the stock header. How freaking disgusting. Now, I didn't know what it looked like, but I didn't think it looked like that. I thought it was going to be like shorty headers and maybe a little bit rusty. I just wasn't sure. And then check out the drive shaft. It's the extra joint and the rust and how skinny and puny it is. It makes perfect sense I'd be noticing, you know, such gains. Well, that pretty much completes it for this video, guys. If you're interested in watching the progression of this car, I'm gonna get it re-dynoed at stage 2 and all that. And I promise I will post other car stuff. It won't always be about Mustangs. But anyway, if you like this business, you know what to do. Until next time.